Hello squaddies, welcome back to the Sussex Voice. In 2026, Travalyst was named a finalist at the Skift IDEA Awards. This is a well-known honour in the travel industry. The Skift Awards are given to projects that show new thinking and true progress. For Travalyst, this means its work is being noticed on a global stage. This recognition is not just about Prince Harry's fame. It is about the ideas and actions behind Travalyst. The award highlights how travel can be made better for the planet. It celebrates efforts to make tourism less damaging to nature and local communities. Being a finalist puts Travalyst in the company of other strong leaders in sustainable travel. It shows that the industry is starting to take real steps toward change. Travelyst's place among these innovators signals that its approach has value beyond celebrity headlines. The award also brings more attention to the conversation about travel and the environment. It invites us all to look at how tourism can shift for the greater good. This moment offers a chance to ask bigger questions about who leads and what kind of change is possible. Prince Harry founded Travalyst in 2019. He wanted to create a new path for the travel industry. His idea was to make travelling kinder to people and the planet. This was not just about cutting carbon. It was about helping local economies and respecting natural places. Travalyst brings together travel companies, big and small. It asks them to think about their impact. The vision is to help travellers make better choices. It is also to make sure that tourism supports, rather than harms, the communities it touches. Since its start, Travalyst has aimed to fill the gap between words and action. It uses technology and partnerships to do this. For example, it works with airlines, booking sites, and local initiatives. These groups share information and tools to help travellers understand how their trips affect the world. The hope is that, in time, sustainable travel will become the norm, not the exception. By focusing on both the environment and people, Travalyst tries to show that better choices are possible for everyone. Despite Travelyst's mission, Prince Harry has faced sharp criticism. Many focus on his use of private jets. They see a gap between his public message and his private choices. For some, this makes his message seem less sincere. The media often highlights when Prince Harry flies privately. Critics say he should set a better example if he wants others to change. They ask, can someone who uses private planes truly inspire us to travel greener? But this criticism raises a further question. Is it fair to judge a big project by one person's choices, or does it distract us from the larger work happening behind the scenes? There is no doubt that public figures must think about their image. But focusing only on personal actions can sometimes overshadow important progress happening at the organisational or systemic level. To understand Prince Harry's travel, we must look at his unique situation. As a royal and public figure, his safety is always at risk. Security experts often recommend private flights for people in his position, especially when travelling with family or on official duties. Moreover, Prince Harry's work often requires quick international travel. Public transportation can be less secure and less flexible. Sometimes private jets are the safest and most practical choice, even if they are not the greenest. Family life also plays a role. With young children and a high public profile, privacy becomes a real concern. For the royal family, security is not a luxury, but a necessity. Understanding these factors does not excuse environmental impact, but it adds context. The reality is often more complex than it seems from the outside. The same standards may not easily apply to everyone. This brings up a key question. Should we measure the value of a movement by its leader's private life, or by what the movement achieves? Personal choices matter, but are they the best test of real progress? It is easy to demand perfection from public figures, yet if we only support perfect leaders, we may miss out on real change. Many movements start with flawed people who still manage to inspire or organise others to act. Travalyst is bigger than Prince Harry's own travel habits. Its reach extends to millions of travellers and many companies. The question is whether its programmes make tourism greener and fairer overall. If we focus only on personal behaviour, we might overlook the collective good a project brings. As a society, we must think about what matters more: individual purity or the ability to push for better systems. Travalyst is not a solo effort. It is a network that brings together some of the biggest names in travel. Founding partners include Booking.com, Skyscanner, Trip.com Group, TripAdvisor and Visa. These companies shape millions of journeys every year. Together, they work on tools and standards to make travel more sustainable. For example, they develop ways to show travellers the carbon impact of their flights or hotels. They also share data to help travellers choose less crowded, more responsible destinations. This kind of collaboration is rare in the travel world. Normally, companies compete rather than cooperate. Travalyst creates a space where competitors can work together for the common good. By uniting industry leaders, Travalyst can set new norms that smaller companies follow. This has the power to shift the whole travel sector, not just a few individuals. Some critics argue that real change only happens when leaders set a perfect example. But history shows that waiting for perfect people can delay important work. Systems often need to change, not just individuals. Travalyst takes a systemic approach. It focuses on changing the travel industry itself. The aim is to make sustainable choices easy and normal for everyone, no matter who they are. If every traveller has better options, the impact multiplies. One person's actions matter. But changing the system means millions can act better, even if their reasons or lifestyles differ. Pushing for individual perfection can distract from the bigger picture. Real progress often comes from changing the structures that shape our choices. Institutions can drive long-lasting change. When organisations like Travalyst work with big players, their influence reaches far beyond what one person can do. They create new rules, incentives and cultures. For example, if a major booking site labels eco-friendly hotels, millions of travellers see that information. Even if some do not care much about the environment, many will still pick the greener choice if it is easy and clear. Institutions can set standards that raise the bar for everyone. They can make sustainable options more affordable and visible. Over time, these changes become habits for both businesses and travellers. This does not excuse leaders from trying to do better, but it shows that the biggest impact often comes from changing what is possible for the many, not just the few. So, can imperfect people drive real change? The story of Travalyst suggests that they can. Prince Harry is not perfect, and neither is any leader. But the work of Travalyst is helping to make travel better for the planet and for people. We should not ignore personal choices. They can inspire or disappoint. But real progress in sustainability is more about changing systems than about finding flawless heroes. In the end, it is better to ask if an initiative moves us forward, even if the path is messy. If Travalyst helps millions make better travel choices, that is a win for everyone, no matter who started it or how. The journey to a greener world is not travelled by perfect people alone. It is built by those willing to act, collaborate, and keep moving, flaws and all.